Now
Hello,
we are
everyone. Welcome to the Spin Up Show.
Long time no see.
Yeah, I know. It's been like 3 weeks
3
or
weeks,
whatever.
no show.
You've been like super sick.
I got the flu in a foreign country, and my mother wasn't there to treat me.
I don't know, what is it? Like almost half our group by now has gotten sick.
Yeah.
Luckily, I haven't, but I probably just jinxed it. I really hope I didn't. Yeah. So we're gonna have to see about that.
Yeah.
But I think actually the good thing is it's only 9:45 where we are right now.
Yeah, so we'll be fine.
Yeah, we've got
Most
plenty
of our
time
shows have
for-
been like 1 a.m.ers.
Right. So now we've got time for a real show.
We'll go all
today.
the way through this one.
Yeah.
And we have 15 interesting articles to bring to you today.
15.
So
Nice.
we have like 45 minutes to an hour's worth.
Yeah. This is good. We've got like a real spin-up show for you guys.
Yeah.
Probably one of the last for a little while, and we'll talk about that more in a couple minutes.
No, probably not. From maybe
we'll talk
the
about
last
it.
from this country. We might have one more
We'll
from
see.
Boston, but
All right, so
Before the
Tesla's
intro.
injury rates are higher than the automotive industry's average, which is kind of a problem.
yes, Rocket Lab just launched one of their first their first rocket.
That's exciting.
Another company launching rockets into space, which is good. The more the merrier.
Exactly. Apple might be developing their own AI chip for their iPhone, which would be like insane. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah, and there's a
Step in the
new
right
exploit for Android devices. And funny story. So today, Zach and I decided to compare the specs of our phones. And
Okay, we'll talk about this after the intro.
No. Fine.
No?
Roll the intro.
Okay. do.
I'll tell you guys the story though, because iPhone 7 versus Samsung Galaxy S8. And one phone is more than half a year newer. You would think the new Snapdragon would beat out the A10 Fusion chip no matter what, right?
Mm-hmm. You absolutely would, Alex.
You would absolutely think that.
Yeah.
And
Because
however,
that's what's right.
that's what should happen. However, that's what you would think would happen since it's a little newer. But let me tell you the story.
You're acting so weird right now.
Oh, you did switch to okay, great. Let me tell you the story. So
By the way,
we
we're
ran this
drinking.
benchmark.
Just before that, we're drinking tea, and we don't really know if it's got caffeine in it. We hope not.
Oh, if it does,
I really hope not.
We're not going to be sleeping. That's fine.
It smells like Earl Grey.
Yeah. But let me tell you the story. So basically,
Stop being weird.
I wanted to see which one of our phones could perform better, just because we were discussing which one is easier in daily life, which one runs faster, snappier, etc. And we wanted to see under the covers which one was really numbers better. And
Gotcha.
what was the name of the test we ran?
And Tutu.
Antutu. Yeah, but it ran a graphics benchmark. It ran
Because apparently, wait, hold on, 1 second. Apparently, Geekbench costs money on iPhones.
it costs
but
$5 for Mac as well.
What? It's
Yeah,
free
it's
for
not free.
PCs and Androids.
It's not free for iPhones and Mac.
There was a time in April, like on April 4th, I think, when it, like I saw an article, I was Googling it, like, that it's paid. And I saw an article that said, like, it was in, I think, April, there was a time when it was discounted, like, free.
Cool.
So get it then. Because the other thing is you can
I'm
share
totally
it.
gonna
Like,
get it
family
then.
share.
That's such a great suggestion.
Thanks.
But yeah, so we ran
It'll happen
Antutu
again.
benchmark, and there's a 3D benchmark. There's a 3D graphics benchmark, a CPU benchmark,
Memory and
RAM
something else.
benchmark, and computation benchmark, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so Zach's phone managed to beat my Zach's S8 managed to beat my iPhone 7 out in nothing but the 3D benchmark, which there was a little bit of margin in
The other
3D
thing-
benchmark. But the CPU benchmark, the compute benchmark, the memory benchmark, my phone actually
But not by that much.
by enough that it was a clear win. It wasn't the way the wind blows.
That's
It was a couple thousand points on. I don't really know the scale of Antutu, but it was a couple thousand points.
I'm going to make an argument that that's kind of one of the benefits of Android is that there's so many different types of Androids that it's pretty hard for them to, like, you know how like Samsung got, like, people really didn't like TouchWiz?
There goes the T.
How
What's
people-
TouchWiz?
You don't know what TouchWiz is?
No.
It was like their UI, like their custom mods to Android, and everybody like hated it. But it's an example of like how there's no stock iOS because iOS is just one thing the whole time.
There is a stock iOS.
Right, but like there's no other.
It's iOS.
There's no
yeah,
other.
and that's why it's so easy to use for a lot of people.
But what I'm saying about that is that like people don't like when Android gets customized the way that iOS does for the hardware. So in a way, it's kind of hard for them to optimize so well because people
you
don't
can
like it.
optimize behind the behind the covers, behind the table, under the table,
Why are you obsessed with
under the
covers right
covers. But under the table, you can The optimization just like that's something that was really great with the Google Pixel, right? That's
Yeah.
something that was definitely noticeable over like a Samsung phone
Hey,
because
watch
it was
chat, please.
oh right, because you people are actually there. That's a good call. Because
I hope you people are there.
yeah, well let's find out how many. Ooh, 2 likes already. That's great. Mr. Offsy.
Hi, Sam.
In the chat. Yes. Oh yeah, no watchers, but whatever.
No, it does.
Or
No,
has
it
it
just
just not
has
loaded?
loaded.
Yeah.
I'm probably taking up all the bandwidth of streaming this.
Probably. No, look.
Oh, whatever. Oh yeah, one
Echad.
watching.
One. Echad. That's one in Hebrew for all you people. Because
We're used to being
we're
in Israel now.
Yeah. But yeah, so with the Pixel, there was like good optimization because it was manufactured well. Not really by Google, by HTC, but it
Yeah.
was really like by Google, and it's Google's
Well
operating system.
optimized compared to
Well
other
optimized.
things. Anyways, here, can you pop it out because it's distracting. Thank you. All right. This week for NAI, we have 78 subscribers on YouTube, which is what?
Nothing.
What did you say? Oh my gosh.
I'm mocking you.
All right, we have 78 subscribers on YouTube. 4 new articles. One of them is not released yet. You didn't go crazy thinking that it did. We have a Google I/O recap, Apple Switch website, Surface Pro, and DJI Spark, which is the one that'll come out tonight. It's definitely all written by now, and definitely I don't have any more work to do on it. Definitely.
He's being
Also
sarcastic.
known as I've got a lot more work to do on it. It's not finished yet. Yeah, but it'll be out tonight, don't worry. We've also got our Android Wear 2.0 review coming out hopefully on Tuesday night. That's what I'm
You're
hoping
gonna
for.
It's less of a review and more of a critique.
Yeah.
video.
It's not my favorite. And then, okay, so this is the other kind of important thing that if you're looking at the show notes right now on our website, which you should do, newandimproved.tk, you'll see is that we're supposed to talk about, like, Israel, the summer, and the future of, like, Spin Up Show on the channel. Here's the deal. We may have a visitor. Shalom, Eliana. Bye-bye.
Sorry,
All
we're
right,
busy.
That was interesting. See, this is the kind of thing that happens only in Israel. Just kidding. Or it happens when you're in somewhere where you're not technically necessarily supposed to be. Oh, my goodness. All right, well, we'll see about that. Anyways, so... Okay, so... While we're in Israel, we may have one more show. We're not quite sure yet. It depends on how everybody's doing next week and if we've got time. Our free time has been relatively limited on this trip, so we're going to have to see. We'll see about that. We're not quite sure yet what that'll be like, hopefully next week.
Also, Zach is going away for the
Right,
summer,
I
and
will be
I'm
away for
going
the
away for the summer, which means summer will be Spin Up Show lists. There
Spin Up
will
Show
be
lists?
there will be no Spin Up Show during the
Yeah,
summer.
so no Spin Up Show during the summer.
So when we get back, we might do one show, and if we do a show then, that will be it.
Yeah, that's basically what's going to happen with that. So no show over the summer. Hopefully one at home and in our normal location before the summer starts.
You get to see the white wall, the green band.
Yeah,
It's
it's going to be
our
back
Spin Up
for 1
shows.
week, and then after next year, like once September comes around and we're back in school, we'll have to see what the schedule will be. Likely every week somehow, and yeah, we'll see about that. So that's kind of the situation with that.
All right, so shall we move on to tech?
Yeah, should we get going on tech?
Awesome.
All right, so you may know this guy, you may not. His name is Andy Rubin. You probably know his product. It's called Android. It's
Yes.
a pretty common thing here in the
Android.
tech world. Basically, he is not part of the Android team anymore, I don't think. And he is going to be releasing a new phone in 2 days. And yeah, so the original article here is from the Verge.
Yeah, his
Circuit
company
Breaker.
Essential, which I didn't hear about this before show notes, so it's new to me as well until I heard show notes.
Yeah.
New
So
phone.
basically, he tweeted 2 pictures. One of them is testing of a 360 camera. Here, I'll show you right here. Basically, Wei, his colleague, is working on a 360 camera, and it's funny because everybody commented back. They're like, "Oh, he's working on a Mac and Ubuntu." Get it? Like that's what he's working on, but like he's not working on that.
Yeah, no, but it's nothing.
It's kind of funny. And this is the other
Yeah,
picture they sent out of this kind of like camera-shaped thing.
Yeah, it's funny.
And this will be-
That does really resemble a 3D camera.
Yeah.
360.
Basically, so
That's a lot for when we see 360.
we'll see what he announces. We'll cover it next week if we're on.
Yeah.
It'll be pretty cool. We also really don't know what to expect, as it's a new company with nothing announced
No
yet.
price.
So we don't have a history for
Who
them.
knows?
We don't have anything. So it'll be
We
fun.
have
to
3
see.
Verge articles in a row.
Cool.
This is how you know we're doing show notes lazily.
not lazily, just
Verge is great. We love our friends at The Verge. Sponsor us.
we wish we had friends at The Verge. Someday.
Next article.
Kodak is releasing a new phone.
You remember them?
Wait, what's Kodak?
They made the film cameras.
The film camera?
They made really old cameras with the big flashes.
I thought they went out of business like 6 years ago. Are they just like cats?
They make those reusable cameras you find at CVS, and you have to.
Still?
Yeah, you can find the reusable
God.
film cameras at CVS, and you still need to expose the photos. I took those things on like my elementary school field trips all the time to take photos.
Yeah, no phones on the school trip.
No.
Anyways, basically, it's more of like a camera that's also a phone. And I was gonna ask you, do you remember like the Galaxy cameras? It was basically like an Android. Here's what it was. They called it a camera, but it was like a full Android phone without service. It was like a really weird. Like you could get apps and you could.
Wait, is it the Samsung camera?
Samsung Galaxy Nexus something or other, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I know. I remember what you're talking about.
Samsung camera with Android. Here we're gonna do like a little live searching thing over here, because I kind of don't. Oh, I should show notes. Ooh, okay.
You showed show notes. Tisk.
I
Oh well.
didn't realize I was doing that. Oh yeah, here we go. Samsung Galaxy camera, 3G and Wi-Fi, 4.0. It's just like this kind of weird stuff that like, why would it?
Do they still sell it?
I don't know. It's got Jelly Bean. It was like, I have a friend who's got
Yeah,
one.
I remember this.
It's kind of weird
because
because
camera
like,
with Android.
Yeah,
Like Android is the afterthought. Camera is the main
like here,
target.
look, ready? This is like
for the
this
product.
is what the interface looks like. Here, I'm gonna find this picture. Like, what? How does this make any sense?
Yeah. Let's be honest.
Like,
But
and
you
remember
can
the
still
Galaxy
no
Player?
product available.
Do you remember
No
the Galaxy
longer
Player?
available. No.
Galaxy Player. I'm gonna show you guys a picture of this.
I was a good, loyal Apple fanboy.
Yeah, not a good one, but look, this is the Galaxy Player. You guys remember this? This like came out forever ago. It was like an iTouch, but Samsung, and it ran Android.
That's weird.
Now they just do Tizen with everything. Basically, that's what it does.
Apple has exclusive rights to anything that resembles an iPod,
Whatever.
iPod Touch,
Anyways,
iPod
it
Nano.
was similar to that. Anyways, so it's called the Kodak Extra.
Listen, we'll see what happens because I feel like it's going to be one of those phones that nobody even considers getting. It just goes under the table, and Kodak's last sort of feat, their dying breath of life into our world, it just evaporates miraculously, or not miraculously. Nobody buys it. They waste their money. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a very niche market. People who want to buy a phone that's based off of a camera, like the main aspect of it.
It's
is
kind of
camera.
weird. It's like it was like the Nokia Lumia 4420
Yeah,
or
the
something.
Nokia Lumia that had like a 25 megapixel camera.
No, it was 42.
42?
It was insane, yeah. It didn't make any sense though because nobody bought it.
Yeah, their commercials were like, oh, this is that they had like their commercials exclusively advertised the camera.
Didn't really make sense. Anyways, it's got like mid-range. It's like 1080p and like a Snapdragon 625. Like nothing special. And it's built by Bullet, which is the UK company that also builds the Caterpillar phones, which are actually pretty cool because they've got like infrared cameras and they're like really durable.
But they have a niche. So.
Right, exactly.
All these sort of phones do.
Yeah.
And then there's good old Apple.
Good old Apple.
Their niche is regular people.
Oh, speaking of this kind of thing, how would you guys feel, like this thought just popped into my brain. How would you guys feel about like so when we get back to the US, I got a new bike. How would you guys feel about like biking tech product reviews and stuff like that?
Like accessories?
Yeah, like tech computers or like you know like bike
tech computers.
No. Or like using a smartwatch as like a trip computer for a bike, or like I don't know, just
like
stuff like that.
You know, what would be a fun
Like
video.
Bluetooth earbuds for biking.
Or installing like a speedometer on your bike, the one where you put a little magnet on the wheel.
I have one of those. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
I never got mine set up. I got this cheap Chinese one, and the manual was all in Chinese, so I didn't know like the translation for where to put it on your wheel.
The other thing is, the one that I had like on my current bike, the wheel diameter didn't exist in the trip computer.
Yeah,
It was like
that
really weird.
Sucks.
It was so confusing. But anyways, on my new bike, it'll be fine. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, like, let us know because that would be something I would be open to doing. I like biking. So yeah, speaking of automotive, moving people around in an
Tesla.
efficient way, Tesla.
Their injury rates are actually higher than the car industry's average.
Ow!
And with
Did you
all
get
the
that?
good, yeah, but it wasn't funny. with all the good PR flowing towards Tesla for all the good things they're doing, their new factory, their cars, the Model 3, this is a little bit of a blemish.
It's a sad thing to see because you expect people like Elon to, you know, take that as like a very high priority. Like, how can we keep the most amount of people safe?
But they were 31% higher than the industry average, which is
basically
really high.
Okay. This is what I'm surprised about. Their injury rate is 8.8 injuries per 100 people. That's like 1 in 10 people are getting like a serious injury causing lost time.
Yeah, whereas it's basically it's a little
industry-
higher than the 1 in 20.
And industry average is 6.7.
It's a little lower than 1 in 20. Yeah.
Shouldn't the industry average be like 0.01? Like,
I don't know
It's
if it's
so
I don't know if
bad.
it's like an actually a bad injury.
Maybe,
Or
but
what's the criteria for one of
I
these
mean, like a
injuries?
paper cut doesn't count, but like, who would work like
You
at a
never know.
Tesla factory if that was what was going to happen to you? I mean, that's horrible. You know, hearing stuff like that makes it like kind of scary to be in. one
I'm
of those
sure if
positions,
it was
you know?
an issue that we really had to get it on top of, then the car industry, like there would have been legislation ban,
I
like
know, but
destroying
still.
the car industry for this. So I think it's being like we're thinking about it in a worse way. I'm sure it's not critical injuries.
The other
It must be
thing-
like someone sprained their ankle,
Maybe.
like
Well,
tripping on the floor.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of like actually this is bringing up an interesting point. There's a rule in Israel that if you're in the army and you pass away while you're technically in service, even if you're like on a week away with your family and you pass away in a car accident, you're still like considered a death in the military. And like that's kind of an interesting concept. So maybe this is the kind of similar thing. Like no matter what you're doing, whether you're welding a
I
car
don't know.
together or walking along getting your coffee, does it count as a
No,
an injury?
because that's in the industry. That's not in the industry. So I guess it's. But we're not lawyers or we're not census.
Right.
We're not
Anyways,
census
the
employees.
injury rates were better in the first quarter of 2017, with 32% better than the industry average. However, that doesn't really mean that much because we're talking about full years versus
Quarters.
a quarter of a year. And, you know, of course, Tesla's going to be like, oh, look, we're great in the first quarter of 2017. But, like, let's see what happens next month. Let's see what happens, you know,
definitely.
next month is going to be the end of the second quarter. And we'll see what happens in the future. I'm just disappointed to see that. I think that's kind of not a great thing.
Oh well, Tesla's still
Are you
doing
gonna be
great.
really mad at me if I go get tea? Because like
You're gonna go get
my
tea.
mouth is dry. What do you want?
Tea.
What kind of tea? Would you just like
Use
more
the same
hot
bag.
water?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so while Alex
solve
talks
the
about
next
Rocket
article.
Lab,
Actually, can I do the WannaCry virus article?
sure, you want to do that one
I wrote
first?
that. Yeah. You go get tea.
Here you go.
I'll talk
Let me
about
just
WannaCry. Yeah. Right. Put that there
this
and
is
leave
the
it on screen.
Symantec thing. If
Leave
you want to
the
scroll down,
yeah. You know what? I'll do it.
yeah, there you go. All right, I'm just gonna get us more tea. I'll be right back.
All right, great. Oh, goddamn Windows PCs, it's zooming. All right, here's a graphic for y'all. What is WannaCry? Basically, WannaCry is a deadly virus. Not deadly, it doesn't kill your computer. But it's a ransomware virus that attacks Windows machines. And basically what it does is the idea of ransomware is that it holds files hostage, encrypted. It doesn't like literally hold them. That's stupid. It encrypts them until you pay money to decrypt them. And WannaCry was actually a virus that is built off of a security loophole in the Windows system that was actually exposed by the NSA. It was leaked from the NSA, which is that's really scary when you think about it. Someone took leaked NSA content and applied it to a virus that affected millions of machines and reached millions of people. But yeah, so what happened was
I'm back.
a kill switch was found for the first version, not for the second version. This really shows the importance of a backup. It ransomed between $300 and $600 worth of Bitcoin from the user.
What would you do if you didn't have a Bitcoin wallet? What if you're like a grandma and you don't even know what the
There's
heck Bitcoin
there's
is?
a step-by-step guide on how to create a Bitcoin wallet, buy
from
Bitcoins.
from WannaCry?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
It makes itself appear as if it's trying to help you fix the problem. The virus, I've seen it in action.
You've seen it, like, actually on the computer?
Yes, the way
Where?
it looks. Austin Evans made a video intentionally
really?
installing it.
Guys, I'm 1,400 videos behind right now because
He thinks he's gonna catch up on
I am so going
1,400 videos.
So
That's besides the point. Basically, when it encrypts everything, the decryptor looks really innocent, like it's red, but it has a step-by-step manual that is trying to help you get the
So
money
funny.
paid.
The other thing is that a lot of those places, like you'd think they would just like you'd pay and nothing would happen, but they actually do give you your files back most of the time.
I don't know. I didn't read about
I've
whether
heard
that
about.
happened
I've
with
heard that on
Monterey.
podcasts or something.
But most like it actually affected a Dutch train station. Like they had to reset their computers. It took them a day, and the trains were
a whole day.
yeah. Well, they had to
Yeah. Back up your
they
files.
had to reformat from backups.
Anyways, did you do all the show notes about this?
Yeah, I mean, do you guys understand what WannaCry is? I mean, it's a virus.
Bad virus.
Oh yes,
You don't want to
if
get
you
it back on
haven't
your
gotten
stuff.
the patch,
And
if
do
you
Windows
haven't gotten,
updates.
if you haven't gotten the patch for Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 10 are the 3 current susceptible operating systems.
If you
Not OS X, you lied to me.
Sorry.
Those are the 3 susceptible operating systems.
If you haven't gotten the patch for Windows XP, just throw out your computer and buy a new one.
That is the patch. Still be running Windows XP. But that's besides the point. Just get the patch.
It's not supported anymore.
Know that this stuff happens and just process the fact that it's kind of scary that NSA data was leaked and put to malicious use.
There are people.
Yeah,
on our
they're
live stream.
Israelis.
Israelis that we met in Israel.
Nice to meet you guys.
We appreciate your watching. Shalom. Toda raba. Anyways, so
Rocket Lab?
yeah, Rocket Lab. That's such a cool name. I
Yeah.
wish I was called Rocket Lab.
All of
This
them are
week
all
on
of them
the
are
Rocket Lab spin-up show.
No. There's like Blue Origin. That just sounds so
I thought that's not from them.
That's Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's not-
that's not Amazon. It's a private Jeff Bezos endeavor. Speaking of which, he's now so close to Bill Gates as richest man. Jeff Bezos. So Amazon stocks are almost at $1,000, by the way. And,
What?
And he is now worth $84.6 billion. Bill Gates is worth $86 billion. Bill Gates, watch your butt. Bezos is coming for you.
I mean,
And I have stocks in Amazon, so I'm happy.
I do too, a little bit.
Yeah, but I have a few actually. So
You have a few different
I'm not
stocks
going to
in
disclose
different
my
Amazons.
financial information, but
Probably a good call.
what are they going to do when they like surpass $1,000? I hope they split. I think they'll split
Maybe.
because it's really hard to maintain a stock.
Does that
price
mean
high.
you'll just get
Google's
more?
also at like 950.
Does that mean you'll just get more shares?
More shares at half the price.
Cool. I didn't know that. Visitor. Hi, Jacob Jaffe.
We don't need to acknowledge the fact that people are entering though.
But it's fun.
But yeah, Rocket Lab.
Anyways, here's what happened with Rocket Lab. The rocket is called It's a Test, and really kind of was, because it didn't reach orbit as they intended it to, which is kind of a fail for 4 years of work, but whatever. They also
their
partially
first
used
launch.
3D printed parts to
That's very
test
cool.
and stuff, which is really cool because that means they can do like faster production. By the way, when I know about 3D printing, I've done it for 4 years, so I'm like, when I say 3D printing, I'm not like, ooh, 3D printing buzzword. It's like I know about it, like
Yeah,
it's a
it's
thing
his-
that
it's
I
his
do.
shebang.
So in that way, if they're really using like good 3D printers for that and like learning
Industrial
right,
stuff.
because here's what 3D printers are helpful for. They're not helpful for building cars. They're not helpful for any of that stupid stuff. What they're helpful for is prototyping and getting like small parts that they need to test out. I'm sure if there were 3D printed parts on the rocket that actually went up, they were like SLS industrial 3D printers that did them.
Nothing flappy.
But here's the
bad,
reason why
risky.
they do it. They do it so that they can scale. So when they like rockets right now cost millions of dollars. That's why SpaceX is trying to reuse them. Why everybody's
And
trying to do that.
launches hundreds of millions.
Exactly. So by them making rockets cheaper, it helps let there be more rocket launches and more tests. So this is very good that they're doing that. And another company, rocket company called Vector, congratulated them. It's always nice to see, where
But
we
this-
live in
this
a
is
world where
great.
competition is so like.
Oh, and this is
Brutal?
incredible because now there are people on SpaceX's. Am I allowed to use the A word on this show?
I prefer if you didn't.
Okay, there are people on SpaceX's butt. You know what I mean? Like now, there's pushing to really be the ones that make strides in space
Yeah.
exploration, and that's so great because
It's
it means
really
we'll get
cool to see
farther
all these.
faster, literally.
I mean, just like we saw with Ryzen, right? I mean, that's a great example of this, where like AMD was like in the dumps, Intel was flying, and started creeping up their prices, and then AMD is like, you guys aren't going to do that, and that was a good thing for the industry, just like this is a great thing for the industry. And Vector said like it's always good to see another company in the air, like we like that.
Literally.
Yeah, and I mean that's the
you meant
exciting
it
thing
later.
about it.
Now on to a more solemn topic.
Life sucks at Uber right now.
Yeah, literally, they couldn't be in a worse. Like they could, and I'm not gonna jinx it because they probably will be. But they're having a terrible stroke of bad luck.
Yeah, I mean, it really stinks because the whole idea of
We
Uber,
haven't even told them what happened.
I know the whole idea of Uber is great, but they're having trouble. Anyways, Travis Kalanick, who we've talked about recently on the show, I feel like every week we've got an article
There's
from
always
Uber
a
'cause
scandal
we really
or
do. Unfortunately, his mother passed away and his father is seriously injured.
In a boating accident.
Yeah, stuff like this, man. I don't know. It happens too often.
But that's the cycle of it. Also, there's a wedding going on above us, and there's no way you guys can't hear the music. So
If
we
you can, I'm
apologize
sorry,
for that.
but unfortunately, we can't stop a wedding
can't
for the
control
show.
that. Hey, you know what? We haven't tried, and we will not.
We're not going to.
That would
Anyways,
be
this is a very
embarrassing.
sad thing. We hope
Yes,
condolences to his whole family
And good luck to his father. We wish him the best.
safe recovery.
Although, one thing I noticed here, and completely off the fact that his parents are almost dead, there's no Uber in Israel, but there's an app called Get Taxi.
It's GETT because in Israel, English words are cool,
Yeah, but the thing is that
except not really. They think they're cool, but they're not. We
it's
speak
like
in
Americans
English all
do
day.
Chinese words on their
What?
tattoos, Chinese tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
You know Chinese people get American English words
actually?
on their arms like love, hate. It's so funny.
I hope they don't get ones that say hate. That's so sad.
Anger,
Anger.
superficial development.
Anger cures disease.
No, but there are spin-offs of Uber that people use here, and Uber is not like. Let's see if I can hail an Uber right now, and we're in
Uber.
We're.
That's gonna take a little while. They've got to put the
No, I want to know
car on a ferry and ship it over here.
Music Monkey says he can't hear the music. Which
Great,
is
thanks.
So let me connect it to. I want to know if I can get an Uber here, and it appears that I can get a taxi, and we're in Jerusalem for you guys' information. Not that it matters really, but say I need to.
It does matter.
What if I do? Say I need to go to. Can I type the Western Wall? Yes. I need to get to the Western Wall. And no, so it'll get me a metered taxi.
What's a metered? Oh,
Like
that's
it has the counter. They won't give me a price. It'll give me a taxi, which is good. Which means I can hail taxis, and that's what Get Taxi does. It doesn't hail personalized drivers. It doesn't get you people who drive their own cars. It gives
Really?
it gets you taxis. And so
yeah,
I guess
because I've
that's
seen
what
the
Uber
taxis
does
also
here as well.
taxi and get also.
Yeah, and there are a few I can use Uber to get taxis.
Cool.
But it's not to get Ubers, right?
Cool. Anyways, so as for our next article, Google's AlphaGo bot has beaten the world's best Go player
Three
to
times,
0.
as in 3 times. He beat him 3 times, not 3-0 in the match. Basically, the world's best the world's best Go player's name is KG. Sorry, he's Asian. I don't know how to pronounce his name. We're gonna say
K-E-J-I-E.
it's K-E space J-I-E. So KG. I'm gonna
Made a
say
fool out of
Keji.
yourself.
His name is Keji. And basically, AlphaGo, if you don't know what that is, it's an AI developed by DeepMind. Are you getting another team?
No, I'm just putting. I'm turning on.
It's an AI developed by DeepMind, subsidiary company of Google that focuses on artificial intelligence.
It has caffeine, and I really, really hope it doesn't.
But basically, they develop AI, and AlphaGo's player at the ancient Chinese game of Go. And the reason this is huge is because Go is such a big game, as in it has so many billions of move possibilities that you can't brute force calculate it. And the way a
Really?
computer plays
I didn't know
chess
that.
is a computer calculates every single possibility in a game of chess. And that's how a computer beats you, by ruling out what it thinks you'll do, by counting every single possibility.
I just
And
thought
you
of
can't
something.
do that with Go.
Dual 1080 Ti system brute forcing Go.
No, that would not work.
That's so funny. Though.
Google uses their own advanced TPU unit, and they actually released their new iteration of it, the TPU2 at Google
They didn't
I/O.
release it. Nobody's buying it.
No,
besides
but they
them.
announced the fact that it exists, and it's a card that is made especially for computational computations.
Computational computation.
for artificial intelligence.
That
It's
was
a
very
card
red-
made for deep learning.
That was redundantly redundant.
So a lot of companies use Intel industry cards
Watson.
like Watson uses Quattro cards. They use
Really?
a lot of NVIDIA NVIDIA industry cards like Quadros and Teslas, whereas Google designed their own card to do their deep learning research, and yeah, that's what AlphaGo uses. But the interesting thing is, this AI actually developed a new way to play the game that was never thought of by people. So it developed new
so
unorthodox
cool.
moves in playing strategies, and the first time it beat people in like October, they didn't catch on to it. But like now, this guy tried coming back to the AI with its
same kind of
unorthodox playing
moves?
strategies, and it
Still
evolved
couldn't
again. And basically, the same AI premise that was used to beat AlphaGo, the reason it's so like boom is it can be used to solve complex problems like curing diseases, and there are really a lot of practical implications to it outside of the board game
Wow.
premise.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of thing, it's like...
And this is the stuff that ranks your articles on Facebook. So
Yeah. Wait,
And your Google
Oh,
Ads.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, this stuff...
like that stuff for artificial
AI is
intelligence.
the future, and we'll talk about that later on in the show.
And the fact that Apple is making their own AI chip, which I don't know, that's
oh,
actually
wow,
the
that's
next
the
article.
next article. What a great segue, Alex.
That was entirely on accident. By
On
accident.
accident, by purpose.
By accident, on purpose.
Apple reportedly developing a dedicated AI chip for the iPhone. It might be called the Apple Neutral Engine. That sounds so bad. It's like it's not going anywhere. It's like the neutral engine. Like when you put your car
Not
in neutral.
neutral,
and it doesn't go
neural.
anywhere.
Smart one.
Damn it. I was really hoping it was
It says
neutral.
neural. Neutral engine. Yes, hello, I'm the Apple Neutral Engine. I'm just going to sit here and look at you.
No, wait, ready? I'm gonna do Johnny Ive. With the new Apple Neutral Engine, we've developed a whole new strategy for doing AI.
You don't
just,
do it.
It just sits there and works. And you'll buy it because you're an idiot. Thank you. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that therapeutic ASMR session.
And watch our video that literally is an
Yeah.
entire mockery of
Johnny Ive and I
Johnny
don't
Ive.
do it, so it's even more funny because I can't do that. Anyways, so it's called the Apple Neural Engine, not the Neutral Engine, even though I wish it was called that because then I could have something to hate on Apple for. It's used to offload computational tasks basically from the CPU and GPU onto this thing, and could theoretically improve battery life. Yeah, good for Apple.
Yeah, great. And more people players getting into AI. which
Yeah.
is good.
Speaking of fast processing, we've got more deets on the Intel i9 CPU, which is going to be a thing because we need more complex.
It's Intel's competition towards what AMD recently announced, their Threadrunner, which is going to be their high thread count CPU. I think 32.
We basically just need more CPU SKUs apparently.
With
It's
more
10
complex
cores,
numbers.
10 core 20 thread i9 7900X with a base clock of 4.0 gigahertz and boost clock of 4.5 gigahertz without overclocking.
So you could get it to 5 gigahertz with overclock and a good
Maybe.
cooler. I think
But
you could.
what? That's
I mean, they can get
crazy.
the 7700K to 5 gigahertz.
Really?
Yeah, with a good
With LN2
with the
or
good
just-
AIO. With the good AIO.
Anyways, it's got a
Overclocked.
10 megabit of L2 cache, 10 megabytes of L2 cache.
Which is weird because Ryzen 7 1800X and 1700 have more cache than that.
But
They
it's
have
also
16
got
megs.
13.75 megabytes of L3 cache, which is nice. It's got a 175 watt TDP, which is pretty low considering.
That's not low at all.
No, but
That's a high
this is going to be a crazy CPU though.
draw.
Did you, are you being PG on this
Yeah,
show?
that's a high draw.
Can you tone it down a little bit?
We have 3 viewers of whom I don't think any would mind me saying that word, but I know you mind, so I will.
I do. Anyways, so the Galaxy S8 can't realistically be cracked using an internet photo of somebody.
Not an internet photo. However, I do want to state
Surprise,
that researchers
I
did
guess.
figure out.
Shalom.
Shalom.
כן, זה בסדר? אני צריך, אנחנו צריכים 30 דקות?
30 דקות, אחר כך אני אחזור לך.
אוקיי. תודה.
בבקשה.
Hey, language skills.
Yeah, you got a hint of me speaking Hebrew. My Hebrew's gotten better since we've been here, I have to say.
Well, of course, you're in a country that speaks Hebrew.
Yeah. Basically, I just said we need 30 minutes. He's like, okay.
But basically, So even though it can't be cracked using an internet photo of someone, there was a research group that tried to crack it by taking a high resolution picture of someone with a special high res camera that can be.
No, it wasn't
commercially
even.
acquired.
It was like an
It was
old
like
camera.
really. But what they
Yeah.
did,
Because it's
was
an IR camera.
yeah, maybe. What they did
Get it
was
right.
once they got the picture of the iris, they is it even called an iris? I don't think so. But,
Yeah, IR scanner.
no. I mean the picture of the thing of your eye.
Your iris is the thing around your
They
pupil.
etched it onto a contact lens and put it on someone
No.
else's eye. No, I'm talking about the way that the
Oh.
people hacked it.
No, they hacked it. They literally just took a picture, printed it out, and stuck a contact lens on top of it.
No, not the one I read. The one I read, they laser cut it onto a contact lens.
I
They
didn't see
laser
that.
engraved it onto a contact lens. I don't know, but it was the S8 iris scanner was cracked. You just can't do it with a photo off the internet.
Basically, the Chaos Computer Club released the video. The idea, I mean, here's the thing: is what they did is they took a picture. Basically, they took a picture of somebody with an IR camera, and then the way they showed it, they had somebody was on their phone, and they looked up and they took a picture of them, but they spent 10 seconds doing that, so it's kind of unrealistic.
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically that works, but basically Samsung says, and I quote Samsung, virtually impossible to replicate, and they're really right about this.
And if something does go wrong and somebody does manage to easily figure out a way to consistently hack the iris scanners on S8s, I'm sure Samsung will figure out some kind of software patch to get around this. So I can't imagine it being a really big problem.
Yeah.
אתם מצלמים פה.
כן, אנחנו עושים video ליוטיוב. So anyways, yeah, so basically,
אני לא רוצה לעשות לכם רעש פה וזה.
אין בעיה.
בווידאו.
תודה.
בבקשה.
So anyways, so we're basically, the idea of it doesn't, it's a cool idea, but it wouldn't actually work.
Yeah, not for the average consumer.
Nobody's going to look up with a full eye like this and let you take a picture of them. It just wouldn't happen. But in case you wanted an actual article that could happen, the HTC Link is a VR headset for a smartphone. We should
More
probably
VR
amp up our
headsets.
pace a little bit because we've
Oh,
got
yeah,
a lot of stuff to cover in not too much
true.
time. Yeah,
Oh, we still have another
6
page.
articles. That's all right.
All right, so basically the point is it's a new VR headset released by HTC, and it's for your smartphone. It's sort of like Daydream or Gear VR. It uses an external camera. It has its own display, but it uses the phone's processing power. The resolution of the display is 1080 by 1200 with 90 hertz in each eye. So it's dual displays, the same way Rift and Vive work.
Yeah.
But it's
excuse me
only-
for lying down a little bit. My stomach hurts a little, so I'm trying to deal with that appropriately. Anyways, right now it's only available in Japan.
We'll see it come out to other
Hopefully it'll
countries
come to
soon,
US.
I think.
That would be nice.
I can't imagine they wouldn't do a mass rollout. People like more VR.
It's also by HTC.
Yeah, which is pretty big.
Pretty big. But also,
I
why
mean,
do you
when
need,
was the last time
why
you
do you
saw
need
somebody
an
use
$800
this
computer to do this if you can run it on your phone?
Well, I mean, really, you want a VR-ready computer to play games that are fun. There are no great games for portable VR. It's like, oh look, a roller coaster, or I'm gonna play some weird temple game.
I loved that one.
You loved it, but
It was
great. Listen, the real VR comes in when you have a lot of money to burn. So,
Yeah. Oculus now officially supports room scale tracking. That's about it.
there's nothing special about it. It just uses 3 cameras. It's more accurate. And you
Yeah.
move around and
You
stuff.
don't even need to see the article because there's nothing exciting. but
There's
if you
it's
really
literally
want to.
yeah.
They're also TechCrunch is having a Tel Aviv meetup very soon, which is cool.
Seriously, will we be here for it?
No, we won't, unfortunately. Deadline is June 6th to apply, so it's probably on June 12th.
Probably. Or no, it's probably
We're going home on June 8th.
late. Yes. That is our flight back.
Okay. מה? שלום.
Shalom.
אתה רוצה... I don't know.
הוא לסדר את זה.
אוקיי, תודה.
Yes.
תודה.
תהנה.
So, a Paris school is using
Yes,
AI
this is
to
actually
track
true.
distracted students.
So basically, what they're doing is they're using cameras and an AI network, neural net, to track faces and judge your level of attention when in the little video sample I watched to watch when the student is watching courses on their computer, on his or her
Oh,
computer.
really? I thought it was like in school.
No, not yet. But it can send emails or texts to tell you when you're getting distracted and when you could get distracted. Like, oh, you'll get distracted in 15 seconds. So that's pretty cool. And it can help students focus
Won't you
better.
get distracted by the text that's saying you're gonna
Maybe,
get distracted?
but like that can help you get back on focus. Sort of. I don't know. Like, it seems like a cool premise for maybe teachers, if it's implemented in a class, for teachers learning what is and what isn't interesting about their course. So I think that's the biggest place for improvement. You can't really control students, but teachers can control their content.
That's true. That's right. Anyways, yeah. Oh, to the.
Teachers can control their content.
That's basically that. Yeah. Cool. Alright. Again?
מתי אני מסיים הכיתה האלה, השמה? אפשר, אני אבוא אליך, אומר לך אפשר
We need
רק
like
10
give them like
דקות?
אני רוצה רבע שעה.
10 minutes.
10 דקות?
אני רוצה רבע שעה ויביא לכם.
באנגלית?
אני רוצה רבע שעה ויביא להם, אומר להם יציב.
We're working it out.
He's saying that you guys need to get out of here because they need to clean because they want to go home.
Okay, cool. רק 1 דקה. בבקשה. תודה. Okay.
Alright.
Here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna stop streaming for a minute. We'll move really quickly.
Will we though?
Yes.
I mean,
we're gonna stop streaming for one.
we have like.
It's okay. No, they should
With
go home.
3
They want to
articles.
go home. Okay. So we're gonna stop streaming for like a minute. We're gonna move rooms. We'll be back very soon. We're sorry for the inconvenience. This is what happens.
All right, we're travelers.
Yeah. All right. So
See
we'll
you
see
soon.
you in like one. You might have to connect again. All right. It may not be working. Oh, we've got really low bit rate here.
All right, so it'll be an audio stream.
Oh, there we go. Good.
Health
All
is
right.
good.
Okay.
So what are the odds?
I think are we live now? I believe we're still live.
Let me go to public view.
Maybe. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
No, this is still.
It's all right. We'll see. I think we should be live
Oh,
now.
bad.